Welcome to the Bold New Economy, Social Media Essentials for Financial Institutions. My name is Glenn Garnes.
And I'm Jennifer Abernathy.
And we are happy to be with you to explain to you why now is your time to harness the power of social media marketing. But before we do that, Jennifer and I would like to share with you a little bit about our background so that you can better understand why what we have to share with you may make a difference. So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely, Glenn. Well, I am a 22-year marketing and sales professional. I worked for many, many years in the newspaper industry, actually for the Washington Post, and then in the .com industry as a very successful national account executive. And I left that industry to start my own business in 2007, and I called it the Sales Lounge because I wanted sales training to be hip and fun and conversational. Well, as we all know, back in 2007 was the beginning of the recession. And boy, let me tell you, I had an opportunity hit my business when I realized that those corporate executives did not want their employees out with someone like me. They wanted them customer facing. And I said, okay, how am I going to address this? And so what I did was I turned to something called Facebook to grow my business. And this was in 2007 when there were no books on the topic and no one was using it for business. And, fast forward 5 years later, I'm now the Sales Lounge is now a global brand. I'm working with people all over the world. And I'm going to share all of my tips and stories and learnings, with people at this bold new economy, particularly people in the financial industry that I think really, really need it.
Well, I'm going to buy a ticket just based on that because I know I'm going to learn some things from you. And just to give people a little bit of background on me, my name is Glenn Garnes, as I said, and I'm actually a retired attorney. I come from a slightly different perspective because what I learned about marketing in the early days came from simply watching what my business clients were doing. Instead of just focusing exclusively on doing their legal work, I paid attention to what was important to them in their businesses, looking for what they were doing, how it was working for them. And I have to confess that my entrepreneurial spirit was probably stronger than my desire to practice law, which is why I eventually transitioned out of the practice of law and began focusing on the only other thing I knew how to do that anyone cared about, which was how to build your business through relationship marketing.
Fantastic.
You see, during my career, I didn't have yellow page ads and newspapers and things of that nature. Every client that came to me came as a result of being referred or through either one of my clients or through a referral source. And that all came from knowing how to build a strong and robust circle of influence around me. Now, I've always been interested in technology. So when Al Gore was good enough to create the internet, I was totally on board. And that combination of learning how to use technology without losing the personal touch is what I've been teaching business professionals for years now. Very successfully, I might add. I find that a lot of people that are starting to understand how to have just the right mix of those things are achieving great success in building relationships online that go beyond just taking out ads. And so I think that when you look at those two combinations, Jennifer obviously did not get asked to write the Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing because she doesn't know what she's doing. That's a very prestigious publication. And I've spent about 15 years on the internet experimenting, playing with technologies, working with things on a trial and error basis, and then sharing only those things that worked. So we're both able to shorten your learning curve as a result of that.
Well, it's really exciting that you've got two professionals that have years of work experience. We're not just right out of school, and two authors and two people who are working on the streets with the entrepreneurs and the small business community. So we know that what they're looking for and what their pains are and how we can help.
So hopefully that's enough to convince you that we've got the stuff that you need to know, and we're in a position to help you to know it. Now, one of the things that you need to understand right now, and Jennifer, you and I both know this, is that there's a paradigm shift that's taking place in marketing. Marketing is changing, and social media marketing is the new opportunity. And Jennifer, I know that one of the reasons we created this course is because you have very strong conceptions about the fact that social media marketing is where it's at for financial institutions. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Well, what I've seen over the past year or so being out there on my book tour and speaking at conferences around the country, when I do see financial employees, people in the financial industry attending my events, I find that there's a lot of mystery with them around social media. They're not quite sure, how to use it. They're not quite sure if it's right for their industry. They want to go there, but there's just a lot of unknowns. And so when they hear what I'm talking about and teaching entrepreneurs and business owners in other industries, they seem to think, wow, that makes sense. So one of the things I'm seeing that's changing is that we are going from a B2C economy to a P2P, which is a person-to-person economy. And so that's the big shift, because social media has really shown us that over the past few years with Facebook getting nearly now, 1 billion users online. And Twitter is over 100 million people are using it. And LinkedIn the same. So we're going to a P2P economy, and I'm really excited, as I know you are as well, to show financial institutions how they can embrace that and make the lobby of their institution, taking that warm, fuzzy feeling when people walk into the lobby of their financial institution, taking that online and making them feel at home, on their Facebook page, on their LinkedIn group, or on their Twitter site.
And here's the big problem, though, for most of the financial institutions, is that they're missing the opportunity because they're not taking the time to educate themselves on where that opportunity is. So our goal with this workshop is to make sure that you don't miss it. We want to make sure that you don't leave the room with misconceptions about where the opportunity for you is, and that you fully understand how to engage your customers in a way that makes them loyal to you, as opposed to just sensitive to price and features.
Well, the important thing too, though, is that this is where their customers are. Their customers are online, and so they need to be there meeting them and greeting them.
That's exactly right, and we're going to go into great detail about that in the seminar. So we're excited to be able to share that with you. Now, as I alluded to earlier, there are some social media myths, and those social media myths that a lot of us are embracing are leading or equaling missed opportunity for you. So we want to make sure we address some of those things, and the seminar has been designed to address many of those things. And one of the biggest myths is that there are so many places to go, there's too many choices, and so people are confused about what to do and what to do first. And unfortunately, that's keeping people paralyzed and positioning them where they're not doing anything. The confused mind does nothing. Well, I want to assure you that we're going to address those issues and make sure that you understand how to address where to go to find your customers. So.
And I think it's important for them to know that this is not going to be, we're not going to be talking techno speak. We're going to be talking real world, real opportunity, real ideas that they can use. You do not have to be a techie to attend this event.
That's right. In fact, if it was one of those things where only techies could take advantage of it, then of course that would be limiting the opportunity. But that's not the issue. The issue isn't whether you have technical skills. The issue is whether you have people skills and know where to go to deploy them. So now, one of the other myths that people create for themselves is that it's time consuming to engage in social media marketing. And I think that grows out of seeing how much time people are spending on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. But the truth is that the reason that your opportunity is so robust is because of how much time people are spending there. That doesn't mean that you have to spend that much time there to get a good marketing result.
That's right. They just know that 24/7 your customers somewhere are at one of these sites online. They are there. And so we'll be talking about creative ways that your institution can utilize the social media space from a time perspective, whether it's, bringing someone in full time to actually manage it, to having multiple people manage it as a group, to some automation features, all kinds of ways that you can do it. But just know that this does not have to overconsume somebody.
That's right. And one of the other myths that's tied to that is that it's too expensive. And I don't know where this myth came, because the truth about this expense issue is that social media marketing can actually reduce your advertising budget, not increase it. And so you need to understand that we're going to share with you some ways to actually get more exposure by expending less time and money. I mean, when was the last time you spent less money and got more exposure?
That's right. I mean, they can look at this as obviously a social platform, a marketing platform, an advertising platform, a PR platform, an educational platform. You can do all those things with these sites. So absolutely, it will save you money, and you'll have a bigger bang for your time.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And for your buck. And since financial institutions are all about the bucks and keeping those together for us, I think that you can appreciate that we're going to try to find a way to save you a few yourself.
Yep.
Now, one of the other challenges that people have is that when they are open to looking at social media as a part of their marketing strategy, they're not sure where to go to find their customers. And there is a very simple and easy way to find out how to do that. We're going to teach that to you, because that's the whole point, is that you need to be where your customers are today. Most of your customers are not looking in the newspaper. They're not picking up the yellow pages. They're not looking on television. They're online, and that's where you need to meet them. So it's just a matter of knowing which communities are most likely to be serving your demographic so that you can be there too and engage them in a dialogue.
That's right. One of the big trends right now, I tell people, is tear down the walls to your business. And companies want to see the people inside the institution. They don't just want to know you as your logo or as your building. They want to know the people. They want to know everyone from, the CEO all the way down to, the front desk clerk. They want to know who you are, what you're doing, share some personal information, and just be relatable. And so the conversations that you typically would have inside the institution, now you can take those online and don't worry about the liability. Obviously, yes, there are some things that you need to do to avoid any type of legal issue, and we will talk about that at the event. But really, this is just a place to have conversation and relate and educate.
And of course, one of the final things that we hear a lot of people talk about in terms of myths is they don't know how to get started, so they just never bother to get started. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna immediately remove that as an issue or a challenge for you, because we're going to give you a step-by-step process in terms of how to begin the process of incorporating social media marketing into your financial institution's marketing strategy. And we're going to do that in a way that makes it both painless and fun for the people that are going to be involved in that on behalf of your institution.
Yeah, I can't wait to really get people start thinking about their actual strategy, why they're doing it, why they're getting online. Yes, it's one thing to know that that's where their customers are, but we're going to help you think about what your institution wants to say to people. What kind of feeling do you want to convey when people find you online? So that'll be a lot of fun.
So our goal here with Bold New Economy is going to be to help you to liberate yourself from these myths and to educate you on the opportunities to incorporate social media marketing in a compelling way in your marketing practice.
That's right, because there's no better time than now. I mean, the beginning of 2012 is particularly for financial institutions. This is your time to shine. We're going to teach you best practices. Glenn and I are really up on the trends that are happening, what you need to know for 2012 and into 2013, and we're going to help you quantify the best results. Where are you going to get your biggest bang for your buck, so to speak, online, and really keep you on cutting edge with our ongoing program.
And let's know, yeah, that's exactly right. Unlike a lot of workshops that you go to, this is an ongoing continuing education process. You're going to find out more about that when we talk about what's included. Mm-hmm. On that note, let's talk about what is going to be included in this program that you have. We're going to be talking with you about the psychology of relationship building and how to use social media as a way to develop relationships with your clients as opposed to just advertising to them. We're going to show you where to find your ideal customers online, of course, which is the whole purpose behind marketing. And we're going to give you those social media engagement practices that we know are great at building relationships with the people that you're looking to serve.
Mm-hmm. And the great thing, too, is at the event you'll be able to talk to your peers in the industry, not only in the state, but we're hoping people will attend countrywide. So you get to talk to other industry peers as to what they're doing and not doing and share best practices. We'll be talking about how to and showing you real-world examples of institutions that are creating a credible social presence. So I'll be showing you some examples of some people are doing a phenomenal job online in the financial industry. So excited to share that with the attendees.
And finally, we'll make sure we don't get you in trouble with your compliance departments. We'll show you what you can do to satisfy your compliance department that this is going to be a good thing for you and the institution.
That's right.
Now, what's included in the course, this is where Jennifer and I spent a lot of time trying to find the way to offer the greatest value possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the opportunity to have 2 people from your financial institution attend the course for the price of 1 right off the bat. The second thing that's going to be included is a lifetime membership to our online learning center, which means that at the seminar, we're going to be recording everything that we do and making it available to you in a members-only website that you can go back and listen to and have access to perpetually. And because you're one of the initial attendees, you will have a lifetime membership to access the content you heard at the seminar and everything that we come up with subsequent to that.
Mm-hmm. And we're doing this at the prestigious USA Today building up in McLean, Virginia, and it's a beautiful venue. We're providing, your breakfast and lunch and drinks throughout the day, and we're also creating some amazing workbooks, with all of the information that you have, with forms and checklists and names and numbers of other resources and websites for you to look at and reference it for future after you leave the program.
So we're really leaving no stone unturned when it comes to equipping you, kind of giving you that toolkit that you need to make social media marketing work for you and to make sure that you have ongoing access to the most recent information available. So again, you want to be ahead of the wave, not being overcome by it. So staying on the cutting edge is what's going to make it possible for you to be ahead of the competition at all times. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, now I hope you understand why we believe that now is your time. Financial institutions are uniquely positioned to create a powerful and better customer experience because of the social tools that are available for you to engage your customers. So we're ready to teach you how to harness the power of customer engagement through social media marketing. All you've got to do is to be there.
That's right. That's right. I mean, for the past year, Glenn and I have been hearing so much from people who work in financial institutions. We see the pain, we see the questions, and we see the dilemmas that they're facing. And we're so passionate about helping them because, again, there's no better time than now, particularly with what's happening in the economy. And, you know, your customers want to see you online. They want to meet with you online. They want to connect with you. And so we're really excited to share with you and show you how to do it even more powerful than ever before.
All right. So hopefully you've got enough information to make the decision to join us on the day that's been scheduled for your institution. If you are a community bank or you're with a community bank, we're going to be hosting the seminar for you on January 18 of this coming year, January 18, 2012. If you are a credit union, then we're going to see you on January 20th. And in either event, we're going to have lots of great information that's going to help you to get this right. Now, if you do have questions, feel free to visit our website at boldneweconomy.com. That's www.boldneweconomy.com, and contact us directly and get your questions answered. But more important than anything else, get your seat reserved now. The space will be limited since we're allowing 2 people from each institution to come, so be sure to register early. There's also a special opportunity for the first 50 people to get registered where we're going to actually offer you the ability to get a personal marketing consultation for your institution to help you really drill down on this. So be one of the first 50 if you can, and in either respect, please come out and see what we have available for you.
And we'll be adding some exciting special guests as well who will be making some appearances, perhaps live or even virtually joining us at the event. So.
Absolutely. We're going to show you exactly what you could be doing in social media to make a difference for yourself in 2012 and beyond. So on behalf of Jennifer Abernathy, this is Glenn Garnes. We'll look forward to seeing you. Come out and see us and let us make you a social media marketing star.